Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Total Extreme Wrestling WWE 2010 live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just finished Summerslam, so if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the Summerslam stream. It's available right now on YouTube, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, you're going to be spoiled, you're going to miss the big event, you're going to miss out on all the fun. So for all of those who did check out SummerSlam, today we're going to start setting up our post-rivalries, and I think we could even have an ECW pay-per-view as well, maybe. But we're going to do at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, we'll see how we go. But we'll do a little bit here today. So, yeah, SummerSlam was our most recent event, our most recent episode. Let me just, one sec, just going to set this up. Welcome everybody coming along. Lane, what's up? RJ, Marco, what's up, guys? Preston, what's up, man? Welcome, guys. Okay, so SummerSlam, 96 rated show in the end, 3.3 on the pay-per-view buy rate, 55k in attendance. Without a doubt, our best show. So successful. It was awesome. You know, it was fantastic. We were, you know, I was so happy to have that quality of a show because we were hoping it was going to be our best show, and it has now become our best show we have produced. It's the top, it's the pinnacle. We have produced our best ever, which is awesome because that's what you want. You want to always have your best possible show in some of your biggest events. WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, they're the big four. Now, I want to always try my best to get the best shows I possibly can on those ones. Ness, I don't even know how to say your name properly, man. Like, I know you've been on the forums forever, but I'm going to shout you anyways. Thank you so much for subscribing, dude. Thanks for being awesome, man. You a loyal fan or loyal member of the forums, and I really appreciate you, man. Do you know why you can't change superstar picks on the mod? Sometimes picture packs will glitch and they won't work anymore if you've, like, if you've added too many pictures into it. If that's the case, you just need to get a new picture pack. Ness is right? Okay, awesome. Make Raw. Dude, I just started the stream. Can you just give me a quick second and we'll get to Raw, okay? Is it time for Jimmy Wang Yang to get a push? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe, is it time to change FCW to NXT? Do you think it's time yet? It's August 2010. It's a little early. FCW did have a bit longer of its tenure. I don't know. I just getting a sudden urge to maybe switch it up, just to spice things up. I just like to, every now and then I just like to change things and spice it up, but maybe it's a little bit too early. Or just, is it time to do something regarding FCW? Because, I don't know, we've got some talent down there, but I'm just not sure if we've got enough coming through. Is there going to be stars coming out of this system? I think there's going to be some good names, but certainly we're not looking like we're getting any major star power coming out of it, which is a little bit concerning. We're getting some duds, there's no doubt. There's certainly some guys here in developmental that scream jobbers or mid-card at best. There's not many major names in our developmental system right now. And that does concern me. I want to do better. I want to have better than that. But, you know, we've got Steve Slater, you know, Leo Kruger, you know, Titus O'Neil, Darren Young. There's not a lot of major stars in our developmental system right now. And I'm looking at our developmental because we need to plug a few spots right now. We just signed Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. I've made a decision. I'm going to put Shelley and Sabin on Raw to beef up the Raw tag division. Reason being is because we've got a lot of strong heel teams on SmackDown. Well, not a lot, but we've got Legacy at least as our strong heel team. Raw doesn't have a strong heel team. They have Swagger and Ziggler, but they're, you know, they're good, but they're not a genuine tag team. They're kind of thrown together. And I think the machine guns would fit Raw well. I've also made the decision as well. Jericho is staying... Actually, no, sorry. Jericho's going to Raw. I've decided Jericho's going to Raw. Big Show is going to stay on SmackDown. Reason being for that is because when I look at Raw and their top guys, let me just figure this out. Here we go, Raw. So we've got Batista, we've got Batista, Punk, and The Miz as our top 3 heels. Whereas you've got Triple H, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, and Sheamus as the top babyfaces. You put Jericho in there, it makes it an even 4-4. It gives us Jericho versus Shawn Michaels, Jericho versus Triple H, Jericho versus John Cena, and Jericho versus Sheamus. 4 really, really high quality feuds out of that. Now Jericho on Raw would produce, on SmackDown would produce similar results. You know, Jericho's got Morrison, he's got Kane on As Good, he's got Mysterio, which would be awesome, and The Undertaker. So there's certainly some good feuds there. But the reason I've put the Big Show on there is because Randy Orton's currently the world champion right now, and I think Big Show as the #1 contender would suit well. So straight away, we've got a top feud right there for the Big Show to enter in on. And Edge and Christian are pretty hot right now as well, so Big Show could work with them. But I think Undertaker and Kane could work with Edge and Christian in the long term. So Big Show versus Randy Orton would certainly be good. The only problem there is Rey Mysterio and John Morrison might be missing out on an opponent there. But Morrison, still the IC champ, might drop that to Cody Rhodes. Could do something there. You sound ill. I am not ill, but I am tired as hell. Yesterday I stayed up till 8 AM for the Royal Rumble stream. And I also edited, probably spent about 12 hours making videos yesterday. So my voice might be a little bit gone because I spent, to do the Royal Rumble, it's 3 hours of constant, hype, enthusiasm. Plus I also did a nearly 2 hour stream afterwards. So my voice is probably just not as strong as it could be. But I'm certainly not ill. I'm okay. Just it is 2:30 AM right now where I am. My sleep schedule's really bad at the moment. So I'm all good. So don't worry, I'm okay. I am okay. Oh yeah, and Davey Richards, we decided we're going to put him on ECW because I think he just fits the style of it. And he can fit the style of it and would have some good matches with the likes of Low Key, Daniel Bryan, the list goes on. So we'll put him down there. But what obviously we need to do, kind of evaluating what's our next plan. What do we need to do for our rosters going forward? We need to certainly beef up the babyface side of both Raw and SmackDown really badly. You can see, and certainly our upper mid card. You see, Raw, we've made Shelley and Sabin upper mid carders. Probably they're realistically mid card, but I think our mid card is a little bit different than usual. Booker T, Ziggler, Swagger, Gallows, Sabin, and Shelley. So there's a little bit of a mid card there, but you can see every single person there is a heel except for Booker T, which is a major issue. What do you do? Do you turn Ziggler or Swagger? Well, here's the thing. Ziggler is a 96 heel, 50 babyface, which probably is not realistic. And Swagger's 56 babyface. So, plus, they're now a tag team. We can't afford to lose another team. So you just can't really do that. Sign Cedric in January, becomes pro in 2011. I'm not going to sign a brand new rookie Cedric, who is not that great when he's in his prime. Cody should beat Morrison. Yeah, he probably will. I'm just wondering, how do you edit and make your text boxes such overlays for Universe videos? I don't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, considering turning Cena heel. It might happen because Cena might just run out of opponents at the end of the day. we need to turn Drew McIntyre, and that's got to happen. So we might look to make that happen soon. Maybe he can feud with Ted DiBiase or someone. But Drew's got to turn because we're just really lacking baby faces there, and having Drew there would certainly help. ECW ECW's in a much better stance in terms of balance. I think we've done a better job there, considering probably with ECW we've kind of handpicked the roster, whereas Raw and SmackDown we've been given the roster when we've made a few tweaks here and there. Have a look and see who you can get from the indies. I'll have a quick look. There's not much left now. I've pretty much poached everyone who's decent on the indies. I am definitely considering bringing in Goldberg for WrestleMania. I think having Goldberg come back for a WrestleMania match would be good. He could put over one of my younger guys maybe, and would give me an extra big name. Perhaps I'll have him return at the Royal Rumble, and that would be a lot of fun. So he's certainly on the radar. Everyone else here is probably too old or irrelevant to bring in. Hang on, I need to go down. Regional star. And then when you go and have a look at the broad scope of talent, there's not a hell. I mean, Austin Aries is there, but I'm happy to keep him in Ring of Honor right now. He's certainly on the radar for sure, but I don't necessarily want to poach him away. Big Daddy V, Viscera. He did have a bit of a run with WWE around about this time when he turned to Big Daddy V, but I've got no interest in bringing him back in. Just trying to look. China, too old. DDP, far too old. El Generico, Sami Zayn. He'd be definitely be close to considering. I just don't think he's quite there. I think he could still improve a bit further. Is he improving? Yeah, he's still getting better. Not rapidly, but enough. Enough where you can notice it. Cena vs Hogan would be good for Cena for his heel. Yeah, that definitely would be. Finn Balor would certainly be handy right now. Poach him away from New Japan. I don't know if we're allowed to do that. We might be able to. Anyone else? Is there really? I don't know. Don't think so. Most people. We're at an interesting time because most of the names that we know, like the big names that we know, are getting to the age where they're too old to bring in. And the young guys that we know are probably too young to bring in. So we're at this weird point where it's difficult. We're at this, standpoint where the veterans are starting to retire, and we're just waiting for the young guys to start shining through. And there is some talent there, but they don't have the popularity or even the skills yet that they would in a few years' time. Mystico, he's definitely pretty good. Sin Cara, he's got some good skills. Problem is he's got a torn rotator cuff. He'll be back in 9 months, so I think a few people have said him, but he won't be back for a fair while actually. 9 months is quite a long time. Paul London left us. We tried to keep him, but he left us. Let's have a look at some of the chat. Punk vs Austin. Yeah, we'd have to do Punk vs Austin will work. Cena vs Hogan. Michaels vs Taker. That would be a pretty big WrestleMania, wouldn't it? Goldberg vs Batista or Lesnar, maybe. Freshen up developmental, rebrand as NXT, and cut the crap guys who aren't improving and hire a few new guys to replace them. I think that's probably a good call. I think that's something we might have to consider doing. You just have to turn Cena. I don't know if that's an option. I mean, you could have Cena keep losing his feuds, although that would make him lose popularity, and he feels like he has to make a change in character in order to win or something. Yeah, that could work. Yep. ODB for ECW. No, we don't have women's wrestling there. What will be Undertaker's next feud? Well, I want to have Edge and Christian beat DX for the tag titles, but I also want the Brothers of Destruction to verse DX. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe Brothers of Destruction will take on Cody and Ted, but then I wanted John Morrison to drop the belt to Cody, so I don't know. I don't know. Shit. We're in a tough spot. Let's keep moving. Let's see anyone else to have a look at. Not really. There's just not much talent out there. Just really isn't. It's a shame, but it just is. It is what it is. But you're definitely right. We look at developmental. You know, there's some names we could probably drop. A few names like Alex Riley. He might not be a bad shout to bring up soon. He's got some good mic skills. Bring him up with the Miz and do that storyline. I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Does he have any relationship with the Miz? Yeah, he does. So they've already got that established in the game, which is cool. But you can see there's certainly a few duds down here that we probably don't need to hang on to, like Eli Cottonwood. He's bad. He's a giant, yeah, but he's still really bad. Like, he would have like 20 rated matches. So if you wanted to start cutting, he might be the first one you look at. Miz and Morrison are great for the future main events. Yeah, they're pretty much both there. Both main event talent now. I can't bother changing her name just yet. Looking at some other names. Maybe not. Like Steve Lewington. He's not a name, really. He was pretty much nobody, but he's got some good stats. Did I keep onto him? I think I was going to let him go, but 74 brawl and mid-60s for his wrestling. I'm gonna hang on to him. I think he deserves to stay in here. I don't think he wants a developmental deal. Is that the problem? Yeah. I'm gonna give him another 9-month deal, and I'll put him back in developmental after. But yeah, like Tyler Rex, even Tyler Breeze, Ty Dillinger, like Trent Beretta, these guys don't really achieve much at the end of the day. Sweet Puppy Sanchez. There's a few duds down here. A lot of mid-card talent in the future that we've got in developmental right now. Not a lot of guys you would say, yep, he's going to be a main eventer. And that's what we want to look at. We want to look at guys and say, yeah, he's going to be the man. Just don't know out of these names who is going to be that, which is concerning. So we definitely need to utilize the talent we've got right now on the main roster, because we don't have a lot coming through. And I'm looking at maybe bringing up a few names from developmental. I don't think so. I don't think there's any names to bring up right now that deserve a spot on the roster. I think, if anything, we're going to look elsewhere, maybe sign, try and poach from TNA, or just utilize the talent we've got and try and get a few of them over. Do I have Rocky Romero? No. Sweet Puppy Sanchez is a star. Well, star in his own world, maybe. That's about it. So, one of the purposes of today's stream, I know it's a bit out of the blue, this stream, but one of the purposes is I want to set up feuds for the next pay-per-view, which is, well, ECW has Guilty as Charged. Then it's Night of Champions. So, obviously the focus will be around the titles. So, what I like to do is I like to go on and start playing a show, and then I can see the roster and see who I'm working with, rather than try and flicking back and forth to look at the rosters. We need to really fix this backstage rating. That's hurting it's certainly hurting our show performance as well. Where's Del Rio? Right in front of you. Alright, so that improved the rating just a touch. Poach from TNA, Sting, Angle, Sting, Hardy, and AJ. Well, in about, I think, 4 months' time, or 5 months' time, there is a lot of names from TNA that are available, and their contracts will be expiring, so it could actually, it might be around Survivor Series time. Around about the time this mod started. So that's when a lot of TNA names will be up for grabs, so look out for that. Alright, so let's establish who's going to get a title shot against CM Punk next. We brought in Jericho. DX still have the belts, so you've kind of only got Sheamus or John Cena right now, unless you want to go crazy and maybe have like a young Seth Rollins get an opportunity, or a Booker T, the veteran, as well. So that's kind of like what you're gonna look at there. There's not a lot, not a lot of faces right now. Jericho and Punk would be heel versus heel. You could make it work. You could. I think. I don't know though. I don't know. You could do a multi-man match. That's right. So that's absolutely correct. You could do a multi-man match to do something different. And we've still got Batista and Rollins going. So you could definitely have a fatal four-way or a triple threat. So we still have Miz and Cena. You haven't had a lot of multi-man matches. We haven't really had any at all for the titles. Not many at all. We've kind of kept it singles, which is really surprising. Big shows on SmackDown. We can't do that. Welcome to Twitch, man. Welcome, man. Lower the duration of contracts. No, I'm keeping it as is. Doing an Andre the Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Dude, we're in SummerSlam. We're not near WrestleMania. Let's focus on now. Let's just not get too crazy in our head of ourselves. Let's just focus on the now. What are we going to do for Night of Champions? That's what I want to know. Let's book a match. And let's start off with CM Punk. CM Punk. Says he's the best ever. So CM Punk, he can say that he's the best champion ever. He comes out and says he beat Hulk Hogan. He is now the greatest ever. The man. He's the man. Del Rio's on Raw. I might do a Master Lock challenge. So Chris Masters can... I'm thinking another legend. Another legend. We did Michael Cole recently. He was the most recent victim. I'm just trying to think of another man who could take it on. Todd Grisham, what's his pop? 58? Bit low, isn't it? I'm just thinking like Chris Masters just gets all these announcers and things and people like that, and he's not really putting the lock on any wrestlers, current wrestlers. He's getting it on legends and things like that. So eventually there's going to come a time where an actual wrestler will come and challenge him, and that's going to be issues for him. Punk vs. Shawn Michaels vs. Triple H, Night Champions. We could do that, but then what do you do with the tag titles? They need to be defended. It's Night of Champions. The tag belt's got to be on the line. I might just... Maybe I'll have a low-end wrestler take it. Turn Triple H? No. Not yet. So I'm going to have Del Rio take it. Which probably isn't ideal for Del Rio, but I've got him already in the storyline. Actually, no, I haven't. Who else have I got near? Michael Hayes. Okay. Alright, let's have Michael Hayes take it then. Has he taken it? I don't think he has. He may have. Hang on. Wait a second. Oh shit. Jim Ross isn't even announcing. Why is that? I didn't set him to be the announcer. Shit. Really? I set him to be the announcer for the Raw brand. I forgot to change it for TV. So all this time, JR hasn't been doing Raw. Okay. Well, that's interesting. He's been doing the pay-per-views. Maybe you could have a little thing like, let's do a little angle for JR then. JR returns to commentary. So Jim Ross comes out, waves to the fans. He's back. He's doing commentary. They don't have to be defended. They are in action. Yeah, I still think every title's on the line. That's the whole point of Night of Champions. Every title on the line. Well, we need a babyface to take this challenge, because then he can have a match. So we might... Let's have... God, we got no babyfaces. What about Yoshitatsu? He's on this brand, isn't he? No, he's on the other one? Okay. Jamie Noble, we've done that. Booker T, a bit too high on the totem pole. Although Booker and Chris Masters wouldn't be a bad little feud. Because we're not really doing a lot with Booker T right now. So you could have... Yeah, that might be... Let's do that. Let's go Booker T, Chris Masters. It's a big feud for Chris. But we might try and elevate Chris Masters and utilize Booker T as the man to do it. Nah, shit. Well, we can just add Booker T to this then. Booker T won't break the master lock, but he gives it a real, like, he almost gets it, like he's... We just change that. Am I going to do anything with Shelly and Sabin? They're not available yet. They're in TNA. So, this is... It's time. Masters has had probably, what, 2 or 3 months of Master Lock challenges? So, now Booker T accepts the challenge. Almost breaks it, but Chris Masters finds a way to keep it on him and get him to pass out, or he cheats, or something like that. And then you can start that feud off there. So... What are you guys thinking? You guys still want me to do this triple threat? You could do DX versus Raven and another Straight Society guy for the tag titles, and DX beat Straight Society. They both face CM Punk later in the night. Yeah, it's a bit too much. Swagger and Ziggler should beat DX for the titles. No, we want Edge and Christian to get the belts. Triple threat would be pretty good, but when do we have them take the belts? Like, Edge and Christian versus DX is a huge match. Do you want to give that away on Night of Champions? Still got another few months till our next big pay-per-view, so you kind of have to do it soon if you want to do it. So just gonna have to get it done. Punk vs Jericho vs Cena, yeah, that would be good. I guess you could do that and then have Sheamus feud with the Miz over the over the US title instead, and have Cena return to the main event. I think that's the way to go about it. I won't add Cena yet because I might have Cena have one more match against The Miz and he gets screwed or something. Turnbuckle heel? No, we don't need more heels. That's the thing. We need more baby faces. No heels. We need faces. If you got a face, you got to keep them face. Not turning them on a heel. Got to keep them baby face, man. Got to keep baby face. And alright, so So let's have Miz just talk about his win over Cena. Just kind of cut a bit of a promo there. Give Cena a minor role. Yeah, I know, but we'll make it about Jericho and Miz, Jericho and Punk, sorry, to start, and then we'll add in Cena at the end. So let's have a tag team match. Who have we got? We've got 2 face teams and basically 3 heel teams at the moment. Add in Shelley and Saban, that'll be 4 heel teams, so it's okay. I'm still going to go with Joey Mercury and Luke Gallows. I think Raven's got to be more managerial. He's declining and he's not the best, so he's going to be more managerial. And we'll just try... Alright, we'll give David Hart... We'll do this. We'll do it. We've done it a few times already. Actually, only once. Okay. We'll do it again. I'll give Gallows the victory. And Raven can interfere for the finish. Turn Raven face. You can't. We only just brought him in. He's only just come in. It's too soon. He's in the straight edge society. Things can't happen straight away. It's got to slowly happen. Let's have the Bellas cut a promo on the other 2, Natty and Rant. That's the one we want. Boom, 5 more minutes to the show. I think you should get bodyguards for Rollins. Babyfaces don't utilize bodyguards. A bodyguard is more of a heel role. Let's give Rollins another match, and let's give him a win over a Paul Burchill, who's got 52 pop. Okay. Rollins is getting up. He's nearly mid-60s, so we keep him going. So what I might do is have Batista attacks Rollins and challenges him to a rematch. So Batista smacks Rollins from behind and then challenges him to a rematch. Excuse me. Let's see, Rollins, he's selling 84, so that should go well. And then Batista, entertainment, we'll go that. And then I'll have Authority announces the signing of Chris Jericho. So Stephanie announces that Chris Jericho is officially joining Raw. Now, did I make that on screen? I might have messed that up. I did, yes. And I need to make that off screen. Jericho off screen. Punk, yeah, it's all good. And then we'll give Jericho a match. So he's on Raw, and let's give him a match to start him off. And we'll give him a match against Sheamus. And I'll have The Miz on commentary. And I might... Oh, no, I'll have Cena on commentary. John Cena. No, what am I doing? Sheamus. I don't need anyone on commentary. Jericho wins. So Jericho wins, and basically what that achieves is Jericho gets a big win and kind of puts him in the title picture. So Punk's bragging about how good he is. The next week Jericho can say, hey, I'm here now. I can beat you, and we start that off. And then we'll do the Miz and Cena. We can do that rematch next week as our main event, and we should be fine. You can do a battle like Battle Royal at Night Champs where the winner gets a shot at their show's mid-card title. Yeah. Let Sheamus win. I think Sheamus winning the US title would not be a bad idea. Yeah, I could see that. I'd be okay with that. I think we didn't cover DX, so we got to figure out what we're going to do with them. So, do we do DX versus Edge and Christian? I think so. So, the two best teams in the WWE Night of Champions. That'll be huge. We could try and drag that out maybe until Survivor Series. That'd be awesome. Drag that out, and once that's done, Edge and Christian versus Brothers of Destruction would be cool. Have we done a women's? We just had the two Bella twins on. So what I might do is I might bring in a local. Any women to bring in as a local? She's not a wrestler. Alright, we'll bring up a woman from developmental. We'll take a look at someone from developmental. We'll take a look at Brooke. And reason being is I just want to give someone a win. Like Gal Kim. We need to start building up a few of our women. We've got the Bellas, Gal Kim, Eve, Alicia Fox, and Jillian. I think there's probably a couple more that are all really struggling for popularity, and they need a boost. So we need to try and figure out how we're going to do that. Alrighty, so terrible match. Brooke 11. Oh my god, that was awful. Gal Kim 52. Not too bad from her. Carried it anyway. Punk 100. Very good. Doesn't better a storyline, but just betters CM Punk. JR 77 for his little return to commentary for Raw, because we messed that up apparently. Ridiculous. He's only been doing pay-per-views. Master Look Challenge 74, so starting off that feud with a bit of a bang. Not too bad, considering that Masters is a bit of a mid-card name rather than a top guy. That's good for him. 89 for The Miz. Straight Out Society vs. Hart Dynasty 80. Pretty good. Gallows 69. Mercury 47. Tyson Kidd, so good. 82. David Hart Smith, pretty solid at 73. You'll take that. Sheamus should take the title. Miz moves on to the main event, similar to Morrison SmackDown. Yeah. It would be good if we can drag the US title, not drag it down, but bring it back to more Ziggler, Swagger, Seth Rollins, Chris Masters, Del Rio, those types of names, rather than, Miz, Cena, our top names. Rather bring more of a mid-card so those guys can fight over something. Bella's promo 65. 77 for Rollins and Burchill. That's pretty good. Rollins 70. He's on fire. Burchill's actually pretty good as well. 60. Not bad. Oh, they have pretty good chemistry. Okay. There you go. Oh, wow. Rollins and Batista. 96 for that attack and challenge. So that went really well. So that should help it greatly and get one more big matchup out of these two. Do I do it on Raw or do I wait for a pay-per-view? We could probably do it on pay-per-view. We might not have enough time with all these title matches, so we might have to do it on Raw. Stephanie 91 announcing Jericho is coming to Raw and having a match. And Jericho and Sheamus 76. Oh god, they bombed. They don't have any chemistry. Well, there goes one of those feuds. You put that one off the table. Jeez. You should do Randy vs. Ray. It'll either be Randy vs. Ray or Randy vs. Big Show. We'll have to figure it out. So, note to self, don't ever do Sheamus vs. Jericho again, because it's not good. Luckily, it didn't make the whole show a disaster. 86 in the end. What's up, Samir? Welcome to the stream, brother. Good to see you again. Am I going to be doing any more meddling with TNA? Let's do it. Let's screw with TNA. Let's have a look. Thing is, though, we don't really need to because we're already killing them, but why not? Dirty tricks. Use your own websites to take a shot of them. Use your contacts to plan a negative story. Well, I think we've done that one. Openly mock them. Sponsor snipe. Disruption. Sign language. I think more subtle. Let's go openly mock. Just like a little thing during the announcing. Oh good, we get to keep Hornswoggle. Thank God for that. I was worried. Macho Man's now in Japan. I think he's a commentator over there. No, road agent. Punk likes Paul Burchell's promos. Well, he's the only one. Okay, so let's have a look. Batista, he had a good segment with Rollins. Make this a little easy to look at. Chris Masters had a good segment with Booker T. Well, not bad segment. So he's nearly at 60. So the Master Lock Challenge has really worked for him. Keep him moving along. I don't think he'll beat Booker T. We don't want to sacrifice Booker because we desperately need upper mid carders. But nonetheless, it's positive for him. Jericho at 90. He didn't have the best of nights. Punk's still at 100. He's killing it. Anyone else really? Not as much. Seth Rollins. I think he might have went up. Yeah, I think he went up. So he's getting close. He's about 63. He would probably average out at. Love to get him to 70. Give him to 70 and he could definitely be a challenger for that championship. Sheamus is in a pretty good situation as well. He's going pretty well. So, yeah, we're pretty solid. We're going okay. Definitely going okay. Let Chris beat him. Well, you could consider it because Chris Masters is 27. Booker T is 45 and declining. I think Booker T, it wouldn't shock me if he retires within the next year or two. So he hasn't got a lot of time left. But I'm hoping we can not replicate Batista and Rollins because that's more of David versus Goliath, but this is more of, you know, Chris Masters being cocky and arrogant, calling out the veteran Booker T. You know, no one can beat him, no one can take the Master Lock Challenge away from him. Whereas Booker T, he believes he can do it. It gives something for Booker T to do as well. He's really been doing not much at all. Let's take a look at TNA, how they went. Jeff Hardy versus Elijah Burke, 96? Really? Okay. Alright. Elijah Burke, 63 pop. Okay. Alright. I'll believe it. Can't believe it, but I've got to. Road Warrior Animal has retired at 50. Probably about time. Kamala's retired. He's a lot older. He's 60. Ugh. Thank God. He's had matches. Jesus. Alright. That's not good. Ron Simmons retired too, so a few retirements. Okay. Really would love Batista to get a push sometime. He's already won the world title in the series. He's doing alright. Sandman has been obnoxious and beat up Michael Cole. Oh no, not Michael Cole. How could you, Sandman? Come on, don't beat up Michael Cole. I'm gonna find him. Bubba Ray. That's not much. That's alright. Rebby Sky is fighting Rosamund. Why does everyone want to fight each other? Come on, guys. Oh my God, 22%. No, 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 no. Come on. Oh. Jerry Lynn. Yeah, maybe. Jerry Lynn's a bit old at this point. Mid-40s. You feel like there should be at least one big title change? There won't be a world title change. Oh, there'll be... Oh, actually, no. The ECW title will change at their pay-per-view. So, I'm not... Punk's not dropping the belt. Orton's not dropping the belt. Morrison will drop the belt. The tag titles will probably change hands. The Divas title probably won't change hands. The women's title, I could almost see Trish winning it, but I wouldn't mind her winning it at a bigger pay-per-view. So probably won't change hands. US title might. No, I don't think so. I think the US title, Miz will keep it for a little bit longer, then we'll build Sheamus up to take it at some point. Oh yeah, and I'm going to bring back the ECW tag title. So what I'm going to do at Guilty as Charged is the tag titles will probably go to either Brino or Carlito and Primo, the Colognes. So we're going to officially bring back the tag titles for ECW. I've decided it's going to happen, and the first ever winners for it will be taking place at Guilty as Charged. Why always Balls? Just because he's the first guy on the list, and if I piss him off, I don't care at all. So I don't, and I just can't be bothered scrolling down to find an appropriate person. It's like Del Rio, I'll just do him because he's first on the list. Alright, so we gotta really build up ECW well this week because we've got 2 more weeks until the pay-per-view. So last week we had a contract signed between Henry and Kofi, and then we had a 6-man tag match. So we've got... This needs... Ryan needs to be added. Should we add the Dudleys in to make this a couple more teams to make this like a massive tag title? So we might add in... Let's add in Goldust and Hurricane. Let's make this like a fatal 4-way tag. So this is... Because this is a monumental moment, I guess. I almost want to give it to the Dudleys if I add them in, though. But I think Daniel Bryan and Rhino, or Carlito and Primo would be the better choices right now. Just because they're really performing well. Orton vs Mysterio should be at a big pay-per-view like Royal Rumble. So maybe Orton vs Big Show Night Champions. Yeah, I kind of agree. I'm okay to see Big Show. Because, yeah, I like the Big Show's got a lot of popularity and he's doing really well. But I don't see him as a huge, like, one of my top tier stars. I see him as a main eventer. But I wouldn't... He's the type of guy who would main event a No Mercy, a Backlash, you know, one of those pay-per-views, a Night of Champions. So he's one of those guys who would main event one of those shows, whereas Ray might be more of a, alright, main event a Survivor Series type of thing. Any more plans for Hogan? Seems as though he impressed at SummerSlam. I think we've got to make plans for him. He was very good. He surprised me. I think Survivor Series, we might bring him in to maybe be a part of a team. One of maybe Team Raw or Team SmackDown, or maybe if it's a feud, like let's say DX versus Edge and Christian, maybe that's a 5-on-5 with a few other people. You could say Hogan joins Team DX, something like that. I'm not going to say that's going to happen, but just as an example. So I think Hogan in one of the 5-on-5s would be a good spot for him. That way we can utilize him again. Maybe if he's still good enough at WrestleMania time, we utilize him then. So yeah. Is Magnus in the game? Yeah, he is. I think he's in TNA. Will I call up Tomko? If he gets to the point where he's good enough, yes. Alright, let's do something here. So we might just have RVD and Kennedy go back and forth on the mic. Just a simple... Those two back and forth, arguing, talking some trash. And now that we know we've added in these other two teams, we can start to have them have some matches. So, Bubba Ray and Devon versus the Colognes. This could be a good one. We haven't done it yet, so let's give it some time, and we'll give the Dudleys the win, and we'll have Daniel Bryan distract Carlito as the finish. I might hype up a singles wrestler, and I'll hype him up. No, we can't. So we're going to hype him up just for his overness. I'm going to hype up Davey Richards. He's coming to ECW. Give R-Truth a match, something for him to get himself involved in. And I might give him one against Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin's kind of out of the mix as well, even though he's doing really well. Maybe we should have done Charlie Haas and Shelton in there instead. Probably should have, but R-Truth, we've got to. We've misused R-Truth. I don't like it. I hate that I've done that. We've misused him. I think he's got to get away from ECW. I think he's got to go to SmackDown. Upper mid-carder on SmackDown as a babyface, I think he can find success there. I just don't think he can succeed on ECW. So, if we do a trade or something, we might be able to make that happen. I think he's got to leave. He's just not working in ECW. We were going to turn him heel and have him be like a, you know, a crazy heel, but it just can't happen because we've got a lack of faces, so he has to stay face, and unfortunately it's not doing him any justice. Do I have Muhammad Hassan? Yes. I'll give the Sandman a match. Let's see how he goes. Let's have him take on Tanaka, who's... We'll make this a ECW rules match. This could be really bad or just okay. I don't think there's a chance for it to be any good. Sandman versus Tanaka. Sandman wins. And we need to have one more big match towards the end. Let's give Kofi a match against Kennedy. Do we do that now? We'll save that. No, that's a potential pay-per-view match, so we'll save that. We'll just do... We've done Kofi and MVP. Oh, we've done it 3 times already. Quite a lot. We've already done MVP versus Broken Matt, though, and Kofi. Well, we could switch that around and do Broken Matt versus Mark Henry, which we've only done one other time. Matt Hart, Mark Henry wins thanks to MVP's interference, and we'll put Kofi on commentary. And we need a little bit more time for promos, so we'll make that 15 minutes. And that should cover us. Sign Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn Strong. I've got Kevin Owens. To crown the ECW Tag Champs, you should have a gigantic tournament. Running out of time, we've only got 2 weeks. We've got no time to do a tournament, but what we can do is add basically put all of our teams in it. I don't think we can have a fatal 5-way tag match. I think the most we can do is a fatal 4-way tag match. Kennedy and Van Dam, not great, just 72 on the mic. Who's the issue here? Van Dam using drugs, yeah, okay. Colognes versus Dudley, 72, not bad. Dudley's 70 each, pretty good. Carlito 67, okay. Dave Rich is 51, not bad. Truth and Shelton, 78. Oh, he's still trying to turn him heel. No, we're going to cancel that. Truth, 67. Shelton, 77. So just Benjamin's just too far ahead of him at the moment. Homicide, 65. Sandman versus Tanaka, 47. Sandman, 39. Oh, God. Alright, well, he's on the brink of retirement. He was drunk! Ah, what a shock. Wasted on drugs. High on drugs. Just say everything. Henry was getting tired towards the end. It was only a 16-minute match. Okay. Hardy 71, Henry 80, 79 rated match. Overall, 75 ECW. Oh, that's pretty weak. That's a weak show. Bailey and Charlotte, they're not available yet, no. I don't think Bailey is. Oh, here we go. Many fans have voiced their displeasure at the tactics of WWE last night as they spent a lot of airtime of ECW Live, taking unnecessary and petty verbal jabs at their rivals, TNA. There appears to be a widespread belief that amongst their own fans of the company should concentrate on their own product, not what TNA are doing. Ah. It was worth a shot. It always backfires, doesn't it? It doesn't ever go that great. Adam Cole got released. He's still too young. Park, geez, he's got to be close. Neville. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's working. He's got so many places he's working at, though. I hate signing people away from that. From too many promotions. The total package Sandman, yeah. Sandman probably comes to ECW or comes to a show and has like a package, like a whole bag full of everything you possibly asked for. So he might be the total package because he's got everything you want. Every type of drug you could ask for, he's got it. Anyone else to really look at? Really, so advance a couple more days. Sandman one-ups Raven. He does, yes. He's got 3 in one night. I think Raven only hit 2. So well done, Sandman. You've done it. You've done the unthinkable. Sabu's back. There you go. Another drug user. So he's back. Sabu, really good. 71 in the Mid-Atlantic and Tri-State. Wow. So we utilize him in those regions. He'll go very well in the ECW land. Wes Briscoe's the hot property? To who? Who the hell wants Wes Briscoe? Why do I have Wes Briscoe? I don't know. Just send Sandman to rehab. Why? He's retiring in 3 months. We've literally brought him back to have one little last run before he retires. Did someone just have a stroke? I think I saw that. Yeah, he had a stroke during a match. How long does that put him out for? A year? 2 months. Oh boy. The stroke strikes again. Damn. Oh, he's one of Japan's top stars. Wow. This guy, Johnny Prime, is injured. How long is he out for? Not much. He can still work through it. Okay. Apparently Fandango's on the rise. Dudley versus Rhino versus Colognes versus Walsgrove Tag Team. Yeah, I was gonna do Gold Dust and what are they called? Gold Justice. I was gonna do those guys, but I think World's Greatest Tag Team would be better, and they've also had a tag title shot recently as well, so a little bit more credible as a team. So just change this. So what I might do is have Shelton and Charlie Haas win, beat Gold Justice this week, this next ECW, and then have them become #1 contenders. And then they'll take the 4th spot, the final spot. Okay, so backstage rating's a little bit better on this show. Let's have Angelina Love, she can suffer it. She got upset. Kofi enjoyed it. Thank God for that. At least someone did. SmackDown. Alright, here's another dilemma. What do we do with SmackDown? So, I think we've decided Big Show versus Orton. Big Show's coming off a big win, so it makes sense. Did I upload the picture pack to be free again? No, I haven't done that yet. I've been very busy, my friend. I'll try and remind myself to do it. If you send me a tweet, I'll read it in the morning when I wake up, and I might do it. I should do it. Let's have a minor feud here on SmackDown. We need to have some of these mid-carders getting over. So let's pick out a couple mid-carders to give them a bit of a mini feud. So we got Chavo, Kurt Hawkins, Eric Escobar, JTG. So we could do a tag feud with like Eric and Chavo versus Crime Time. After mid-card's dead. We wanted to do Drew and Ted. You could definitely do that. What about lower mid-card? It's even worse. We've got a lot of tag team guys. So SmackDown, basically its entire mid-card are all tag team guys. Which is good. It gives them something to do, but also eliminates a few possibilities for the to move up for the IC title. Is there a cheat to improve backstage ratings? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't really know all the cheats. Okay, so Big Show confronts Orton. So we'll do Randy, Cody, and Ted in the ring. So Legacy's in there. And we'll have just Legacy just standing there looking good. Big Show comes out and says, I want a shot at your title. So Randy's out there celebrating his win over The Undertaker, essentially. And Big Show wants a shot. Let's have a tag match. So which teams we got? Okay, we have some teams here. Crime Time, Ryder and Hawkins, Wang and Yoshi, that's a new team. So we might give this one a chance to see how they fare. And they can take on Chavo and Eric. So we actually have a decent little tag division here on SmackDown. It's really bad, but it's there. We actually have a balanced tag division on SmackDown, which is good news. It's terrible, but it's there. It exists. You should create a network. If I created a network, that would mean all my FCW guys would actually gain popularity and would actually get good. I would love to do a network, but I feel like it's a little bit too soon. 2010, the technology probably wasn't quite there yet, but I would love to do it. Have Cody Rhodes cut a promo on John Morrison after their backstage brawl. Kelly, let's give her a match. She can have one against Katie Lee. And I'll put Trish on commentary, because we'll keep Trish and Mickey involved, potentially title shot at some point. You type mplay, or whatever that is, where you would type the cheat codes. It will show you a list of available all cheat codes and what they do if you want to check for one to improve backstage. Okay, I'll think about that. I'm not saying I don't trust you, but cheat codes can mess your game up, so I'll look into that. Should I start Drew? Yeah, okay. McIntyre versus DiBiase. Is that how you spell it? I don't know. Ted. That's why I looked wrong. DiBiase. So we'll start that one off. Put Ted's already in another storyline. Which one's he in? The Cody one. Paul Burchill could be just a placeholder for that for a sec. Ted can be in that as a minor. And a major in this one. And so this will give me an excuse to turn Drew Mack. Start this one off. So Ted can cut a promo on Drew Mack because they've got a match tonight. Ted, Drew McIntyre, one-on-one. Ted DiBiase can win by cheating. I won't do the turn this week, but I'll just say Drew McIntyre stays in the ring clearly. Well, stays in the ring showing disappointment. Spelled that wrong. Appointment over loss. So, Ted wins. And he celebrates his win. And Drew just sits in the ring, like just lays down the ring, you know, really pissed off at himself because he's been losing and he's just not at his best. So it's a bit of a sign that he might start to like turn and try and get some sympathy from the fans. So he's just in the ring getting really frustrated over his loss. You're planning on Mark Henry to go to the Hall of Fame when he's on the main roster? He is on the main roster. What are you talking about? What? ECW is not developmental. He's the world champion on ECW. He's doing good. We've got 20 more minutes. What do we need to do? We might have Edge and Christian challenge Triple H and Shawn Michaels. So they challenge them to a match for the tag titles and challenge them to appear on SmackDown next week. The network is only beneficial. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Of course. And so let's give the Big Show a win to legitimize him. And he can take... Oh... Cody? No, we don't want him losing. Edge, Christian... We kind of used all of our... We don't really have any names, do we? Face? Face versus face. Well, it would make sense if Christian and Edge won the tag titles and then challenged the Big Show. But it doesn't have to be about the world title, just a match, isn't it? So we'll do Big Show versus Christian. And we'll put Orton on commentary. Give him another one. Give Becky a match. Yeah, I need to start doing more with the women. Give Becky a match against Molly, just to give her a victory. On the pre-show though. We need a little bit more time. Oh, this... What, I gave that 1 minute? Oh, shit. Cut a few minutes elsewhere. 2 more minutes somewhere. Cut a minute here. And we can cut another minute from Drew and Ted. That should be okay. Becky and Molly, 44. Have just for fun, have Edge and Christian fight DX in their DOS, whatever that is, Conquistadores gimmick. Not 100% familiar with what that is. So 96 for Orton and Big Show starting off that feud, very good. You meant if Henry's on SmackDown do Hall of Pain? Yeah, I know what you meant, but you're saying when he gets to the main roster, it's like he's on the main roster, he's doing Essentially, he's doing the Hall of Pain. He's beating up everyone on ECW. He's killing it. But, yeah. You think I should do the network as well? It would be very good to do the network for my developmental. It would mean that a lot of the developmental guys can actually get some popularity boost before they head to the main roster. Very, very beneficial. So Jimmy Wang Yang and Yoshitatsu. Jimmy 53, Tatsu 53. So they don't have good or bad chemistry. They were both okay. Eric and Eric Chavo just have regular chemistry too. Chavo 62 winning that match. 65 match. Pretty good actually. Good promo by Cody. Kelly and Katie 77. That's pretty good. Katie Lee was very good. Ted DiBiase 75. Starts that off. Ooh, oh no, they've got bad chemistry. Well, there goes that. Can't do that anymore. Ted DiBiase and Drew. Cancel that feud. It's not happening. Terrible chemistry. 69 for Drew. Fans don't recognize his strong suit, so he's still going to get punished for doing a face turn, which is really annoying. He's got 70 face. Like, he's good enough. It's really annoying. Good promo by Edge and Christian. 90 rated. Big Show and Christian don't have good chemistry. 75. Well, who has good chemistry around here? 81 show. Damn. I mean, come on. Who's got good chemistry? Give me a break. Alright, so Noah Wilson, the referee, wants to come. Saban's joined TNA, and Richards has joined. Sorry, not TNA. Richards and Saban have joined WWE. They're leaving their other promotions. They're not happy about SmackDown's rating. I apologize. It was not my best show. Went in big match show, just didn't deliver that night. I don't know why. He delivers every other night. Steve Lewington, I'm going to send you back down to developmental, my friend. I'm sorry that you're not getting the call up here. Maybe do more house show reports to check chemistry. Nah, I just like to do matches. House show, it takes like a week. Like, if I've got a big feud planned in the future, maybe, but... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Total Extreme Wrestling WWE 2010 live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just finished Summerslam, so if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the Summerslam stream. It's available right now on YouTube, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, you're going to be spoiled, you're going to miss the big event, you're going to miss out on all the fun. So for all of those who did check out SummerSlam, today we're going to start setting up our post-rivalries, and I think we could even have an ECW pay-per-view as well, maybe. But we're going to do at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, we'll see how we go. But we'll do a little bit here today. So, yes, SummerSlam was our most recent event, our most recent episode. Let me just, one sec, just going to set it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Total Extreme Wrestling WWE 2010 live stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just finished SummerSlam, so if you haven't already, go ahead and check out the SummerSlam stream. It's available right now on YouTube, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, you're going to be spoiled, you're going to miss the big event, you're going to miss out on all the fun. So for all of those who did check out SummerSlam, today we're going to start setting up our post-rivalries, and I think we could even have an ECW pay-per-view as well, maybe. But we're going to do at least an hour, maybe 2 hours, we'll see how we go. But we'll do a little bit here today. So, yes, SummerSlam was our most recent event, our most recent episode. Let me just, one sec, just going to set this up. Welcome everybody coming along. Lang, what's up? RJ, Marco, what's up, guys? Preston, what's up, man? Welcome, guys. Okay, so SummerSlam. 96 rated show in the end. 3.3 on the pay-per-view buy rate. 55k in attendance, without a doubt our best show. So successful, it was awesome. You know, it was fantastic. We were, you know, I was so happy to have that quality of a show because we were hoping it was going to be our best show, and it has now become our best show we have produced. It's the top, it's the pinnacle. We have produced our best ever, which is awesome because that's what you want. You want to always have your best possible show in some of your biggest events. WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble. They're the big four. Now, I want to always try my best to get the best shows I possibly can on those ones. Ness. I don't even know how to say your name properly, man. Like, I know you've been on the forums forever, but I'm going to shout you anyways. Thank you so much for subscribing, dude. Thanks for being awesome, man. You a loyal fan or loyal member of the forums, and I really appreciate you, man. Do you know why you can't change superstar picks on the mod? Sometimes picture packs will glitch and they won't work anymore if you've if you've added too many pictures into it. If that's the case, you just need to get a new picture pack. Ness is right? Okay, awesome. Make Raw. Dude, I just started the stream. Can you just give me a quick second and we'll get to Raw, okay? Is it time for Jimmy Wang Yang to get a push? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe, is it time to change FCW to NXT? Do you think it's time yet? It's August 2010. It's a little early. FCW did have a bit longer of its tenure. I don't know. I just getting a sudden urge to maybe switch it up, just to spice things up. I just like to every now and then. I just like to change things and spice it up. But maybe it's a little bit too early. Or just is it time to do something regarding FCW? Because I don't know. Give her a little deal and see if she can do anything with it. Give her a chance to get better anyways. And get her a chance to work. Olivia or Lovely. Doesn't look so lovely to me. No, thank you. 33 years old, getting into the business. That's pretty late. See you, Zombie. Thanks for coming out, man. NWA, they're falling to small size. That's not good. She might be the next big thing. You never know. That's true. You don't want to pass on the next big thing. You certainly do not. You'll be kicking yourself if you do. What else we got going on? It's not too much. Getting ready for another Raw. My pre-roll rating's abysmal. Probably need to fix that before I get fired. That wouldn't be ideal, would it? Alicia Fox, she's really got no momentum at all. How many matches has she won? One. Give it a one win. Who'd she beat? I think a jobber or something. Who did she beat? Taking too long to find it. Did I sign Ricky Steamboat's son? Did I? I kind of wanted to. No, I haven't. What happened to him? He was going to be like a star. Like he was going to be like the only guy from FCW that was going to do anything. Where is he? Isn't it Richie Steamboat? Richie Steamboat. There he is. So he's the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. So we might leave him to do that. If he's the World Champ, NWA Champ, he's doing alright. Broken vertebrae. Oh, shit. That really sucks, doesn't it? Because he's got 82 star quality. And his chain and mat and submission wrestling are all pretty good. So he's actually pretty talented. 78 basics. And he's improving as well. So he's actually quite talented. So I think you'll find that he's someone you'll definitely want to bring in at some point. But since he's the champ, I'll leave him to be, because he's doing quite well. And his popularity, let's have a look at that. Yeah, you can see it's gone. Since he left, he left us probably around this time, in February or so. And you can see his popularity is really improving elsewhere. So, you'll leave him to be. Actually, no, he might not have even been with us to begin with. I thought we had him. So, we'll leave him be, and we might bring him back in at a later date. I'm kind of really tempted to start up a network. You guys have kind of really convinced me. Create your own broadcast. Making the star is destined to be. I think that'd be cool. So, here's what we could do. We could start a WWE network. You can be realistic about it and make it small, which will cost you 15 million. We've got plenty of money. Or you can be unrealistic and you could just pay the money that we have and make it ridiculous. And that would be, you know, crazy. I'm a realist. I like to be realistic, so I'm going to go with very small. And I'm going to only open it up to USA and Canada. You are bad? Well, you are timed out. See you later, dude. Goodbye. Make network and change to NXT. I probably will. Make it large as fuck. No, I just don't like doing that. Make it a subscription service. So that'll cost me 17 mil to do that. Medium. Even medium's medium's pretty crazy. Medium would be like, all right, you'll get 2 million viewers for FCW. So I'm going to keep it very small. And I might upgrade in the future if we need to. No, I just don't think medium's realistic. I just feel like medium's too big. I'll go small. Alright, small and very small for Canada. Tiny coverage everywhere. Alright, we'll go tiny, tiny, and the other regions. Alright. WWE Network. Done. Wow. There we go. So, we can now add FCW onto the network. Prime time. Problem is, though, it currently has a TV deal. It has a TV deal already, so that's an issue. Okay, so we'll change it to NXT later. Not yet. But I just want to find out what this TV deal's looking like. How long has it got? So, late night on WAPA and Bright House Sports Network. Okay. I don't think we can cancel that. We can't even change this. Okay, so that's why we're getting really bad ratings for this show. It's because it's currently set to be a B show. I don't know why that is. Set as a B show is annoying. Cancel it. Can we cancel a TV deal externally? Broadcaster. No. Doesn't look like it. So I don't know how long that has to go. What's the standard TV deal? A year? I think they recently renewed it. From what, if I recall, I think they recently renewed it. So that will mean that we probably won't be able to do too much with it. What you can do is just make an A show and rebrand it. Can we doormat it? Probably not with a TV deal in place. No. Make NXT. We might have to. May have to. Yeah, there's not much we can do about it. We can't change it from what I know. You can cancel it yourself if you think. Don't think so whilst we... well, we'll go. We'll have a look. We'll go to Whopper. Negotiate. Cancel. No, we can't cancel. So that's just for Puerto Rico. That's really annoying. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do about that. I don't think there really is anything we can do. Yeah. That's kind of a shame, isn't it? Because I was like you did for ECW, you can't, because you can't control that for your developmental. You don't have that control like you do for your own shows. It's different. So evidently we just have to wait it out, I suppose. Which could be a long time. We might... Alright, we're gonna have to make a new show. Let's make it a live broadcast. We'll call it NXT. Do we have it here? WNXT? I'll go with that logo. And it could be every Wednesday. And let's give that a TV deal. Create a new developmental territory? No. Why on earth would you do that? There's no need. You've already got one in place. You don't need to change. You don't need to create a new one. Just hold it on that on Thursday. So cut the cost there, I suppose. I'm just have a look, see if I can do anything about it. I don't think there is. And we'll rebrand it to be NXT. Should I call it WWE NXT or just NXT? That's right, I'm gonna go WWE NXT again. WWE NXT, where is it? There we go. NXT's fine, okay. So let's have a look. Southeast, 22%. Other regions have got a little bit of momentum. And just 1% around the rest of the world. Okay, that should start to improve now. Now that we have a TV deal in place. With our own broadcaster. And that's going to be a good move, because that's going to mean... What this will do, basically, is... You take a look at... You know, Bo Dallas. He's got 15 across the board. It'll mean that he'll turn into... like a Bray Wyatt. He'll get popularity all across the world, so he'll slowly start to prove in all these different regions. And also, if you have a bigger TV deal, you have the chance for potentially getting higher than the cap. So at the moment, the cap for FCW NXT is 40. So the highest anyone will go is 40. Give or take a little bit. Most of the time, it's very hard for them to go above 40. Same like the main roster, the lowest anyone will go is 40. The minimum they'll get is 40. The highest they'll get in FCW is 40. So, if you make your broadcaster, so if we went to our broadcaster and said, oh, "Look, well, let's make it bigger. Let's let's increase it." and you paid the money, and let's say you make it huge, that cap will go from 40 to maybe 50 to maybe 60 and so forth. So, and also when the company size increases as well. So if you get NXT to cult status, then it can allow it to get higher and higher and higher. That minimum cap. So more TV exposure, bigger company, and there you go. So that's one strategy to improve the popularity of your developmental wrestlers. It's a good strategy to do, because it will mean that they're more main roster ready, but it does mean that everyone in your developmental is going to do really well. So if they leave or you don't want them, the chance for them to already be kick-started and perform pretty good elsewhere is pretty high. So they really do get a big benefit as well from being in developmental. How did prestige drop from 100? I've got no idea. No idea. Not a real concern or anything. 96 still good. So week 1 of September, that means Guilty as Charged is coming up next Sunday. So we've got 1 more week's worth of shows to get through it, then we're at Guilty as Charged. But in terms of this stream, I am pretty much ready to wrap things up. It's currently 4 AM where I'm at right now, so I'm ready to probably go to bed. So guys, thank you so much for coming out to the stream. I'm glad you guys come along to a bit of an out of the blue stream. I wasn't going to do one today, but I figured, you know what, I'm here, I'm bored, let's do it. And we went ahead and got one done. So we advanced a little bit further, established all our new storylines, and we're getting ready for the next pay-per-view. And Guilty as Charged is next, Night of Champions after that. And then we've got, what else is after that actually? We've got No Mercy and then Survivor Series. So Survivor Series should be fun. So we're going to start building towards that. I'll have this stream available later on today, so if you've missed any of it, you can check it out later. It won't be available straight away, but it'll be available later on tonight. If you've missed the Summerslam stream, check that out. If you missed the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, check that out. Follow the stream if you haven't already as well. Hit the subscribe button if you can to support the stream further. And make sure you have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all next time.